Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, LLC, offers more value than any other good full-service real estate brokerage firm when it comes to the sale of your home. We offer at least 27 things that contribute to your home selling in the least amount of time at the highest price. To receive our free home selling pamphlet, email us at info@brooksanddavis.com or call 713-665-8329. We also assist people who want to purchase homes or who are interested in getting their real estate license. Visit us at www.brooksanddavis.com.
Are you an inspiring entrepreneur? Or maybe you're an entrepreneur looking to take your business to the next level. My name is Larry W. Brooks, and I am the author of Empowering Quotes for the Entrepreneur in You and The Entrepreneur Code. In these two books, I guarantee you there's success secrets that will take your business to the next level. I personally invite you to visit LarryWBrooks.com. Go under the books link and purchase your signed personal copy from myself. You have a great day and have an awesome 2020.
Happy Thursday. Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. I'm your host, Rick Davis. I urge you to follow me on social media at Prime Real Estate Rick. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Prime Real Estate Rick. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential or commercial real estate anywhere in the state of Texas, but especially here in our lovely city of Houston, visit our website at brooksanddavis.com. As always, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here. I want to thank you all for tuning in with us this week. My co-host, holding it down on episode 141 is not only a Texas real estate broker, a multi-time author, serial entrepreneur, and the proud proprietor of the Pure Hustle clothing brand. Holding it down with us on a beautiful Thursday in the city is the Texas real estate king, Mr. Larry W. Brooks. What's going on? Come on down. Show it up.
What can I say, man? What can I say? The way I am feeling right now is that the tee that you have on is one that I need to be rocking, though.
I know.
Go ahead and show the people that tee you got
the
on,
new
man.
Prime Real Estate Network T-shirt.
Yeah.
This T-shirt is available right now for everyone who contributes and supports our Patreon page. Mr. Brooks talks about our Patreon page every week. I urge everyone to stop by our Patreon page at the Prime Real Estate Network. Yeah. Everyone who contributes, supports the podcast, we can make sure you get one of these really cool Prime Real Estate Network tees delivered to you directly.
No doubt, man. That's clean, man. Yeah. I'm actually wearing a tee from last week's event. Philip Yates, our frat brother Philip Yates, celebrated his birthday along with the launch of Equilibrium, which is going to be a organization that really helps black and brown people that are looking to grow their business with finances. So it'll be local business owners like yourself, myself, that are gonna, put together monies that probably help back these crowdfundings of these small business owners that's trying to grow. So I'm excited about it.
I know. I want to thank Phil for inviting us out to the celebration last week. We always try to support all the Prime Real Estate Network alumni.
Yes, indeed.
Regardless of what they have going on, man. Because he definitely held us down as a guest. He had one of the great episodes we've had here at the Prime Real Estate Network, and I urge everyone to check out Mr. Philip Yates' appearance on the Prime Real Estate Network. Now, today being July 15th, 2021, I'd be remiss, I'd be shunned, and I'd be disowned by my family if I didn't give a big, huge birthday shout out to my 5-year-old daughter, Miss Jada Simone. Happy birthday to you, sweetie. I hope you're enjoying your birthday right now.
5?
5, man.
God.
Hey, man, time flies when you're having a great time, ain't it?
5?
5 already, man.
I
today.
think you might be mistaken. I think I
wish
just
I
felt like
was,
she was
brother.
2 not too long ago.
No, man, 5, man. All 5 fingers on one hand today. Now we're going to turn the 5 fingers into a fist, and then we'll be cooking with gas. Now let me stop. But big shout out. Daddy love you, babe. Happy birthday. We're going to kick it big all weekend, all weekend.
Wow.
Mr. Brooks.
Yes, sir.
Today's guest.
Yeah.
You might have outdone yourself.
You know, the thing is, man, you try to find the movers and the shakers in the city, people that are giving back, man.
No, because you keep us current and vibrant.
Yeah.
Because Houston is evolving. I think sometimes as residents of a city that is growing at the rate this city is growing, sometimes it moves so quickly.
I agree.
That we don't always take time to just notice the transformation.
Yeah.
And that's the great thing about having visionaries like today's guest.
Yes, indeed.
And without any further ado, I would like to introduce today's guest. This young lady is one of the more dynamic marketers and innovators anywhere in the great state of Texas. But here in Houston, Texas, we have the luxury of being able to meet with her every day, to network with her and take advantage of all the great insights and tidbits that she could share. She is an innovator, entrepreneur, and founder of the A. Miller Group, LLC. But holding it down with us on this Thursday, and I want to thank her publicly, is Miss Ashanta Miller. How are you?
I'm great.
Come on, get your applause. Soak it up. Soak it up.
Let me soak that up. Let me soak it up. No, I want to thank you guys so much for having me. It's an honor to be here, and I'm just happy to be in the building.
Thank you so much. You are doing great things right now.
Thank you.
And we've gone through so much socially in the last 24 months that there have been so many people that have had time to get involved, take on new things, start new businesses. But what you guys are doing over at ioptin.co is something that I think everyone in our audience needs to be made aware of and spotlighted. So for our audience, could you talk about your company, what it is that you do and who it is that you guys serve?
Sure. So would you like for me to start with ioptin.co or A. Miller Group?
Oh, please, A. Miller Group first.
Okay. So with A. Miller Group, what we do there is we develop business and brand strategy for Fortune 100 companies. And also healthcare systems and educational institutions. And so we've developed the type of brand strategy that helps them to not only acquire, but retain customers and then remain leaders in the market through social impact.
So it's amazing that someone like yourself can do these great things with these large companies. How is it that you've gotten involved with independent entrepreneurs and more smaller businesses and help them build their brands?
So what we've done with smaller businesses and more freelance businesses is help to train them in a way that they one day, if they so wish to, can become that corporation, can become that leader in the market by positioning themselves properly. I think a lot of times people, they just think about how can I sell something, but it's really about how can you provide a solution for the market that always comes to you for that solution and positioning yourself properly in that way.
You know, I think one of the true values in what it is that you provide is because you are a business owner and entrepreneur.
Yes.
So you can speak the language of those business owners.
Yes.
A lot of times in business there are so many ups and downs and you have to persevere, and this may not have been the first company that a person has started.
Yes.
But this may be the first company that's actually taken hold and being profitable.
Yes.
So what type of initial advice do you give those first-timers and those that are coming to you with a little bit less experience from that standpoint?
Try it.
Get involved. Get out there.
Try it and do it. And really do not compare yourself to anyone or anything. Right. And if you do that, even if you have your business plan, what will happen is you'll see your actual instinct that you have in your business plan versus what the market calls for.
Oh, wow.
A lot of times people have business plans and they're over-analyzing. They're over-perfecting. And then you get to the market and the market tells you, no, we don't want that. We want something else.
Facts. I totally agree.
Absolutely. So put together an outline for your plan, but just go do it. Don't compare yourself and make adjustments as you need to, and your instinct will build.
And you know, what's so valuable what you're saying is because there are so many people, especially when you're an entrepreneur and you're a small business owner, you're wearing 100 hats.
Yes.
And there's so many moving parts that it's hard to get your arms around everything. So I want you to give everyone an idea of, if they schedule a consultation with you, how that consultation will go so they can understand the steps of the process, because we want to make sure we let everyone know the doors to reach out to you are absolutely open.
Oh, they're absolutely open. We're always accepting new clients. But the way that goes, if you reach out to A. Miller Group for a consultation, is for your discovery call, we're going to listen.
That's so wow.
That's where we start.
No, please. Absolutely.
We're going to listen. What is it that your goals are? Who are you trying to impact? And then what I'm listening for is your actual value. So not just what you tell me, but what is your value that I think you can bring to the market and become the leader in the market. So not you just telling me, you know, I sell soap. okay, let's make this into a soap that helps to do XYZ for possibly medical clients. So then we can get you into position to have sustainable income within a sustainable industry. But that's really what I'm looking for. What is your value, and how can we take that value and transition it into a solution at a high level? So you're not just selling to the everyday consumer, but you start to get some corporate contracts and you start to get some big money.
Yep.
No, because, you know, and I'm sure you get this all the time, is that transition from having smaller clientele, dealing with one-offs, and making that transition to larger corporate contracts is that glass ceiling that so few entrepreneurs can just break through.
Yes.
And meeting with someone like yourself, you can give them the value of your insight so it doesn't make that task seem so daunting. So one of the things I wanted to ask you, because when I was doing my research into you and your brand, is that you are really big into philanthropy.
Yes.
Giving back in public service.
Yes.
And I believe the movement that you founded online is something that I would love to spotlight and let everyone in our audience talk about. So could you talk about some of your online engagement and what you guys are doing socially from that standpoint?
Absolutely. So last year, well, let me back up a little bit. With A. Miller Group, I was always invited to different schools to speak and talk about what I do, how I've reached my point of what they call success. And as I would do that, the students would speak from a place of solution. So I felt as though our solution is in our youth.
Wow.
Even some of the things that my clients hire me for, the youth in the communities we grew up in was giving solutions, and they haven't went to the best schools. It just instinctually to them, they understand it, they get it, they understand the consumer without the formal education. So as I continued to work with the students, and then everything that happened last year, one thing was common. Within our community, the problem that we have most of the time is disparities and the lack of access to resources and relationships.
That's right.
And even though I do business and brand strategy, the thing that I feel like is one of my most valuable assets is I know how to create relationships, and I'm resourceful. So that's why I started iOptin.co, to be able to bring those resources and relationships to the youth in our community, because that's really what they need. They're already innovative. They're already creative. They just need the money and the people to help them carry it out.
Now, you just spoke to how you were getting such positive feedback from the youth.
Yes.
That you felt like their voices needed to be heard more.
Yes.
From a corporate perspective. And I always ask our entrepreneurs that sit in the seat that you're sitting in, and Larry can speak to this as well, is that there's always going to be an inequity in the market that visionaries like yourself not only just notice, but are compelled to want to feel.
Yes.
So what were you feeling when you were continuously seeing and getting these good vibes from the youth? And how did it make you feel to notice that, wow, no one is listening to the leaders of tomorrow?
Yes. So that's a really good question. And I have two answers. So the inequity that I found in the market for A. Miller Group was the same for iOptin.co.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Okay.
So when Fortune 100 companies and these large corporations, like people call it, when they come to me, they want to ensure that when they're advertising to our community, that they're doing it in an effective way that actually brings lasting impact, positive impact, and also helps them to reach their business goals, right? So that's why they come to me.
Right.
Now, with iOptin.co, the youth of tomorrow are the ones who know what they want. We don't have to guess. Just ask them.
Yeah.
Just ask them.
Right.
What are you guys looking for? What is it that you want? What is it that you feel like is missing? They have the answers. Just no one is asking them and taking their answers and forming it into proper solutions while mentoring them in a way where they're sustainable, profitable, and they understand how to bring their solution, their instinct into mainstream.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's super, it's cool that you've been so candid and transparent about these experiences, because I want to do something with your interview that I think there's so many people that had a chance to meet you, haven't had the luxury of being able to ask you. And those are some questions about your life before the A. Miller Group. So if you don't mind, we're going to break to hear from our sponsor. But when we come back, I want to talk to you a little bit about your life before entrepreneurship.
Absolutely.
And who motivates and inspires you on a daily basis.
Absolutely.
I want to thank everyone for tuning into the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. We're going to take a short break to hear from our sponsors, but we'll be right back.
I'm serial entrepreneur Larry W. Brooks, and I'd like to personally invite you to take a closer look at the Pure Hustle clothing brand, along with several books that I've authored to take entrepreneurs, small business owners to the next level of their business. So please take a look at shoplwb.com. How do you survive?
Rent to own is not a myth. Turn your rental payment into a down payment with Divvy Homes and the Prime Real Estate Network. All you need to qualify is a 550 minimum FICO score and $40,000 in annual income. If you've worked your current job for at least the last 6 months and you can prove that you have $2,000 in the bank, your dream of home ownership can become a reality. Please direct message, call, or email the Prime Real Estate Network today and learn more about this exciting new program. Welcome back to the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. I'm your host, Rick Davis. You can follow me at Prime Real Estate Rick on Instagram and Facebook. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential or commercial real estate, please visit our website at brooksanddavis.com. As always, my co-host riding shotgun with me for episode 141 is the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks. What's going on, my dude?
Hey, man, it's episode 141. It's exciting. We have an amazing guest that, believe it or not, just the way that she's been able to bridge the gap with being able to communicate with some of our youth that, like she said, already has the answers. We just got to ask the question.
Yes.
And so, man, it's been great. And so I want to say out there to our Facebook family and everybody that's tuned in live, please feel free to go to our YouTube page, like, subscribe, follow the channel. You know, we've been over there growing. We have a lot of free things that are going to be taking place. And, of course, we want you to buy into the Patreon. You'll be able to get one of these amazing shirts that Rick has on.
I love them.
We out here, man. So please support.
So please subscribe. Hit the like button so that the YouTube algorithm is doing what it do. And thank you all for joining us, and we'll talk to you later.
Hey, man, appreciate you, brother. This
Facebook.
week's guest is the founder of A. Miller Group, LLC. But she is not only just the founder. She is an innovator, entrepreneur like no other. She is also the conduit between corporate America and today's youth. So I would like to thank her. Miss Ashanta Miller, thank you for sitting in with us.
You know what? Thank you for that. You're the first person that really gave me that label of being the conduit between the corporations and our community. So I accept that. Thank you.
I know, because you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. No.
Wait, let's say this. Come on, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Let me tell you, he's been our guy since we was in college. Me and Rick went to college together.
Okay.
But literally, whenever we needed to come up with a name of one of our, we were in the same fraternity as well.
Okay.
And so whenever we needed to come up with a name for our parties or a name for a fundraiser that we were about to do, the name of our line, this guy here was the one.
Oh,
so
really?
it does not surprise me that he still has that in his toolbox.
That's awesome.
Look, I appreciate the public flowers, Larry, because you don't do that much, man.
I'm just
it's not
saying,
like
man,
you, man. I appreciate that.
Wait.
In public and while we recording, the light is blinking.
You know,
Mike, are you recording this, Mike? I
you know, you
appreciate
can
it.
make a lot of money from that. That's called taglines. That's called, and businesses pay a lot of money. They even trademark those things.
And see, I appreciate you so much for mentioning that, because the reason why I wanted to make sure I labeled you as a conduit, because of course entrepreneurs like Larry and myself spend a lot of money on Google AdSense trying to get to these same people that you meet on an everyday face-to-face handshake basis.
Absolutely.
So that's what I think the true value of the A. Miller Group is, and I want to make sure everyone knows that that is what your company has a foundation of doing, is being that conduit and being that connector. So I want to thank you so much. Now, the reason why I had to warm you up before our break to let you know I wanted to do something with you as a guest that we hadn't done before is because with your platform, educating and mentoring the next generation and the youth, I'm sure there's been so many of them that have had questions that they wanted to ask you that were personal,
yes,
but couldn't ask you personal questions in such a public forum. So I want to make sure I do that for them today. Could you talk about your life before entrepreneurship, what you did. and look, notice that's a good, great question. But what you did before you decided to blaze your own path as far as being a businesswoman, business owner, and entrepreneur.
Yes. So, I always share this story with my students. But I've always been an entrepreneur. So I started my first business at 9.
Oh, wow.
And what I did there was I actually took a coloring book that was like $1, something that we got from the dollar store, and I would trace the drawings on the Pokemons, and then I would sell them for 25 cents to the class. But the problem is I would get in trouble for doing that, and I would be in detention.
Oh, wow. At 9, they was already knocking your house. That's crazy.
Let me tell you something. So in school, I was labeled as a smart rebel kid.
Wow.
So I was smart, but in detention.
Yeah.
I was smart, but skipping school.
Yeah.
So I was smart, but cracking jokes.
Right.
And so I think all of that was kind of like a gumbo that led me to understand that the bad kid isn't always the bad kid.
Right.
It's just not planted in the right place. But anyway, so before entrepreneurship, I was always that person that people kind of called either the black sheep or the troublemaker or the rebel, all those things. And entrepreneurship was really a platform that allowed me to be the troublemaker, but make money for being the troublemaker.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And I think a lot of people in our generation are that way. You'll find us that it'll be those people that dropped out of college. It'll be those people that, don't like school and all those different things. But I think school is important. That's why we partner with schools. But it's just, that's who I was before. I've always been that rebel, always been that person that I want to be invited to the dinner and to the thing where everyone is there, but if I'm not, I'm okay.
Right.
Wow. That's
If I'm not invited because of the fact that I'm doing the right thing or doing what I feel I'm called to do, what God has called me to do, then I'm all right.
And that just is a perfect segue, because I'm sure there's going to be so many people that hear this interview, hear your voice, and feel as if it mirrors some of their own experiences. Can you trace back to a flashpoint moment where you felt as if you went from being a business owner to just being a true entrepreneur? Is there any particular moment or motivator that you felt like made you just smash the gas and put your career in fast forward? Because we all had that flashpoint where we like, look, enough is enough. Yep. I'm doing this and I'm doing it for real.
I would say March of last year.
That's what's up.
And the thing is, if you look at my page or what people call success, you'll be like, well, 3 or 4 years you was doing so and so and so. But last year, I felt like, okay, I can't play no more. I have to launch ioptin.co. I have to see which corporations are really serious about building up my community. And I have to go full throttle because this is serious. That's and right. If we don't have resources and if we don't have relationships, all this wealth that we're building, it will not be sustained.
True. I agree.
And I'm not buying commercial property. I'm not doing these things. So 30, 40 years from now, the kids that I resonate more with don't have access to it.
Wow.
So as I do it, I'm not waiting until I'm 50 to say I'm going to give back. As I do it, in my imperfection, I'm allowing them to see.
That's right. It's amazing because I think a lot of people miss that. A lot of times you receive your best rewards when you give, right? I think Zig Ziglar said it best: you give more, you help enough other people get what it is that they desire, and then you'll get all of the things that you want. But it's more fulfilling, even just being able, like you said, for the youth to be able to see and be able to understand. One day having gained access to those items, especially in the times that we live in now, we really can expose a lot of people to those things that we're doing. So I commend you for that as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you an opportunity to speak to the youth that haven't had the opportunity to hear you speak. Could you give them some words of inspiration to let them know that they are heard?
Yes.
That their opinion does resonate, no matter how frustrating it can be to feel like they are unheard.
Right. So first off, I want to say I love y'all. I love all y'all. And I understand what you're going through because I've been through it when I went through Hurricane Katrina and I had to transition. Just continue to seek out mentorship, continue to pray, and just seek those things even when people tell you not to, even when people tell you that you're being a rebel, or because you're from this neighborhood, you shouldn't do XYZ. Continue to do it anyway, and continue to be loud with it, and continue to value yourself and not sell out. And the right person is going to not only connect to you, but want to empower you, just as they did for myself. And if you want to connect with me, I'm sure my IG is on here. You can connect with me. We're available in all 50 states. And if you have internet access in other states and countries, you as well can contact me. We have a lot of different partners. But just keep going and keep being a rebel. Because when you really see it, those that are successful today, they were rebels yesterday.
Absolutely. And I want to thank you so much for what you're doing, is because I'm sure that there has been certain roadblocks in building your organization that you've had to overcome, and it can be frustrating. And I feel like the work that you're doing is underreported. That's why I think it's so important to spotlight not only organizations like yours, but people like you that have hearts that are big enough to share with the community, because sometimes with technology it can make us be more to ourselves, more sterile, less inviting, less open. And I can see you working to keep everything more inclusive as opposed to exclusive. So thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that.
Oh, no, absolutely. You've been great. And your energy, I'm sure, is coming through the screen and through the airwaves.
Thank you.
And I must always put all my guests on the spot.
Okay.
Because we like to do this. I would love to have you back as a guest host sometimes if the schedule permits.
Awesome. Yes, that would
and
be
I'm
great.
sure everybody,
I would love to.
Everybody in our community would enjoy seeing you on the show again. So
I would love
so
to.
much.
And I would say yes to that only if you allow one of my students also one time to be a guest host.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
If they not camera shy, you got students that's not camera shy.
I have students that want to do exactly what y'all are doing. You see Roman over there.
Yeah, Roman should have been sitting in with us. That's what should have been.
You never know. We might have episodes specifically just for that.
I like
I
that.
would
That was
love
a great.
that.
We can have them sit in and we can interview
that.
one of your students.
I would
let one
love
of your students
that.
interview you.
Yeah, that was the first time that's been presented. I like that.
Oh, wow, that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
I would love that, yes.
So thank you
I
so
say
much.
yes if you allow my students.
I can commit to doing it.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
We never thought about that, man. That's actually
That's
great.
why I'm
That's
here.
lovely.
That's why I'm
That's over the
here.
top.
Yeah,
That's why I'm here.
Wait. Watch it. We want to see Larry squirm? Check this out. Hey, Mr. Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks.
I got things going on this week, so
Okay.
whatever you about to
Could you
say,
share
I'm on
with the
board.
audience
I'm on
what's
board
going
with
on
it.
in the world of the Texas Real Estate King this
So
weekend, bro?
today is gonna be wild. I'm all over the place today. Shout out to Lumberjack Stephen F. Austin. For those of you that are watching, we'll be at Yard House today at 4 to 6. Also, for those of you that are looking to get into a career of real estate, you want to be a licensed, you want to help people that are looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate, really change when it comes to generational wealth. Brooks and Davis Training Center, our corporate location, will be hosting a Meet the Brokers from 6 to 7 or 6 to 8 this evening. So most definitely come by that. I'll be on a podcast later on this evening. As we get the flyers prepared, I'll let you know when it'll be going out. But it'll be myself and Sonia, another realtor here in the community that's going to be talking about the real estate industry. I want to say thanks to my guy Adam for inviting us on. And I know I'm forgetting something.
Come on, Kim.
Okay.
You done rolled out the red carpet. You got a million things popping. I can forgive you.
If
you left something out, come on.
I'm just saying, it's a full day here, man.
Hey, look,
shout out to
There it
the
is.
Rear, the Black Real Estate Investment Group. They're going to be having something at 1515 Pierce tonight. So if you're in the area, you're interested in joining the Rear that is which is real estate investment, that's doing amazing things in the city for the culture. Most definitely check them out. They'll be again at 1515 Peace Street from 6 to 8 o'clock tonight. Great investment group.
All that off the top of the dome.
Come on,
Listen
man.
to this
Right
dude,
here.
man.
Right
You
here.
getting it going, man.
Come on.
Big shout out, Larry, man. That was off
Thank
the
you,
top of
sir.
the dome. No notes or nothing.
Come on.
Hey, look, on behalf of myself, Rick Davis, the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks, and today's guest, Miss Ashanta Miller, I want to thank you so much for tuning into the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. In the meantime, in between time, if you need anything, I'm a text, email, inbox, or DM away. Until next Thursday, I want to thank you all for tuning in and be blessed.